Welcome. In this video, we will discuss about the Jal Jeevan Mission Urban. So basically, latestly the budget was tabled in the House, and in that budget, the Finance Minister has talked about that Jal Jeevan Mission Rural has done a lot of wonderful work in the year it has been launched and till now. And in that regard, now the urban component of it has also been launched. So we will discuss about what is basically the Jal Jeevan Mission Urban is all about and how it is going to be implemented. So let's start. So what are the details? So what is all it going to do? So it is going to secure the tap and sewer connection. So basically there are two components of it. It will provide the tap connection to the household and it will also provide the sewer connection. So basically how the sewage could be get from the urban household to the waste disposal site. So it will try to bridge the estimated gap of 2.68 crore urban household with functional water tap connection. So even right now the target is 2.68 crore household in urban areas which do not have the tap connection. They will get the connection under the Jal Jeevan Mission urban component. And it will also aim to provide 2.6 crore sewer connection septage in 500 Amrut cities. So what is the Amrut city? What is the Amrut initiative is all about? We will discuss about it in the upcoming site itself. Just remember these are the certain cities which has been earmarked for development. So in these cities also the sewer connection 2.6 crore household will also get the sewer connection. So this is one component of it where we are talking about providing tap connection as well as sewer connection. Then rejuvenation of water bodies. Now this is also a very important component. We cannot keep on exploiting and harnessing the water from the water bodies without rejuvenating them. So this is also considered a component of it. So to augment sustainable freshwater supply and create green spaces and sponge cities to reduce flood and enhance amenity value through the urban aquifer management plan. So there is a aquifer management plan for the urban area would be created. The sole purpose would be to enhance the green spaces because the water roots hold on to the water, creating sponge cities, basically the cities which have the capacity to absorb the extreme event rainwater or in case of flood. So they will act as a sponge as well as at the same time augmenting the sustainable freshwater supply. So that is again this is something which has been included under the urban component. A sponge city is a city that has the capacity to mainstream urban water management into an urban planning policies and design. So this is how the sponge city is going to function, that the water management becomes overall part of the town planning itself. So that is something which is be envisioned under this scheme. Creating circular water economy to promote circular economy of water through development of the city water balance plan. So like you have in case of budget plan, uh, various solar budget plans, or you must have heard about the other plans that is associated with the economy. There will be a water balance plan too, in which there will be like how many water is used and how much water is can be rejuvenated. So in that regard a water balance plan would be created, which will be like city focused on recycling and reuse of treated sewage, rejuvenation of water bodies and water conservation. Basically it's more along the line that if we are using more than what is being recreated or rejuvenated, in that case the plan would shift its focus more towards the recycling, reuse and all these things, so that the water scarcity could be dealt with. So these are the three major components of the urban component, where they are talking about providing tap connection and the sewer connection to the household, then talking about the circular water economy, so that there is a kind of a water balance plan which could be implemented, and also at the same time rejuvenation of the water bodies. So this is something you should keep in mind. Let's just quickly see what are the features. So what are the things or how it will be implemented. So it will deploy the latest technology. So it will be technology heavy. A technology submission for water is proposed for leverage latest global technology in field of water. So technology can really help in conserving water. So the idea is to utilize that. Then spreading mass awareness, we know that behavioral change could have a long way to go and could really help people to conserve and save water. So mass awareness is also a major component of it. Information, education and communication campaign is proposed to spread awareness among masses about conservation of water. Jal Jeevan mission looks to create a Jan Andolan of water, thereby making it everyone's priority. So it should not be the government who has to like push you to conserve water. It should become your own responsibility, because if there is no water, there will be lot of issues which will come into the social harmony sector itself. So in that regard, it is important that you take into consideration of that too. Then survey for equitable distribution. So Payjal survection will be conducted in cities to ascertain equitable distribution of water, reuse of wastewater and mapping of water bodies with respect to quantity and quality of water through a challenge process. Now this is something which is very important. A survey or survection thing is important so that we know how much is utilized, what is the number of water bodies present in a particular urban area, how the rejuvenation and recycling process is going on, what is being done with the wastewater. All these things are important to be taken cognizance of and having a data for, so that accordingly the policymakers can make policy on it. These are the features. So it is going to utilize the technology, it is going to spread mass awareness, and there is going to be a survey to get into the details of various water bodies and their water uses. So these are the features. Now let's just quickly also see what it is going to again focus on. So it will be focusing on strengthening local bodies. So urban local bodies are the one who are going to be the major head. So this is, instead of like top down, we are going for the bottom up approach, because at the bottom level, at the grassroots level, the urban local bodies are the one who would be able to really stop the wastage of water or motivate people for conservation, or look into the matter whether the tap connection or the sewer connection are happening or not. So it will reduce the raw revenue for water to below 20%. Non-revenue water is the difference between the volume of water put into the water distribution system and the volume that is billed to the customer. So basically it is going to reduce that so that the water could be made available. Recycling used water to meet at least 20% of total city water demand and 40% for industrial water demand at the state level. So now this is again something which is the work of urban local body, that the water is recycled, and that is recycled water is utilized for meeting the demands of household as well as industry. Promoting dual piping system so that the connection could be done. Raising funds through issues of municipal bonds. So municipal bond, what are they? I have already made a YouTube video on it. Go into the channel, search for the municipal bond, you will find what exactly is municipal bond. So the municipal bonds could be issued by the local bodies, the urban local bodies, in order to raise fund. Obviously they will need fund to create all the infrastructure, right? So in that regard, they could raise the fund through the municipal bond. Rejuvenation of water bodies, again this is something they have to keep into consideration. Then this particular Jal Jeevan mission urban component also focus on the PPP model, public private partnership. So we do not have, as a like the government do not have the unlimited sources, it has to provide for various things. So in that regard, pitching by the private partnership will definitely help to raise more fund, create better infrastructure. So in order to promote public-private partnership, it has been mandated for cities having million plus population to take up PPP projects worth minimum of 10% of their total project fund allocation. So basically at least 10% it should be through the PPP. That is what has been mandated under the urban component of Jal Jeevan Mission. Now look at the funding pattern too. So for union territories, it will be 100% central funding. So basically for the union territories, because they are directly governed by the central government itself, the funding will be 100%. For northeastern and the hill states, central funding for projects will be 90%. So again, for like the states like Himachal Pradesh, it will be 90% from the center. Central funding will be 50% for cities with less than 1 lakh population, one third for cities and with 1 lakh to 10 lakh, and 25% for cities with million plus population. So the cities which have more population, over there the state government has to pitch, or the local body government is to pitch more funds as compared to the state. The funding will also be based on the outcome base, so whether the particular city is able to reach to its target, its object, then only the next tranche of fund will be allocated. So funding from the government for projects will be done in three tranches: 20, 40, 40. Third installment towards will be released based on outcomes achieved, and credible exclusion will be exercised while funding. So basically this is more along the line. It's not like even though on ground nothing is changing, no new connection is happening, no sewer connection is happening, even though the government will not release the fund and there will be exclusion too. So that is, all these things are actually based on outcome based funding, so that the stakeholder also take into cognizance and work accordingly. So these are certain things which has been mentioned under the Jal Jeevan Mission urban component. So I hope you have understood this fact. Now let's just quickly also see about the Amrut mission, which is like we discussed that the sewer connection will be done to 500 Amrut cities. So what is basically is Amrut mission? So the purpose of this mission was to ensure that every household has access to a tap with assured supply of water and a sewage connection, and that is why you can see the convergence between the Jal Jeevan Mission urban component and the Amrut mission. The priority zone of the mission is water supply followed by sewerage. To increase the amenity value of cities by developing greenery and well-maintained open spaces. So now this is also a component of Amrut mission, that not only water and sewage, they are also talking about creating more amenities for this city. For an example, creation of park, open spaces, so that the overall aesthetic value of the city could also be increased. It also aimed to reduce pollution by switching to public transport or constructing facilities for non-motorized transport, for an example cycling lanes. So all these things are also part of the Amrut mission, where the cities will be developed along the line where the more accessibility towards the public transport is created, because public transport will lead to less vehicular emission. Less vehicular emission equates to lesser pollution, means better quality of air. So these are the things which are envisioned under the Amrut mission. So I hope you have understood this video. If you have any question regarding whatever we have discussed, please feel free to drop a comment. Or if you have any doubt also, you are welcome to drop a comment in the comment section on this video. Thank you.